super.
Hey, give me money. YouTube memberships. Become a member of my weirdo empire. Just 99 cents a month, you can become Max Thrasher the Bounty Hunter yourself. Special badges, shoutouts at the beginning of the streams, and you get to feel good about yourself. For $4.99 a month, you can join the Erotic Eric Fontaine tier. All those other perks, plus once a month, you can join me and our friends for a special not quite wrestling live stream where we watch something that's kinda like wrestling, but not quite. And for $9.99 a month, you can play Armstrong Bingo with us. It's all that other stuff, plus once a year, you can select what we watch on Off the Grid. Just don't make it porn, don't make it something that'll get me a copyright strike. Please send a link because I don't want to do work. I'm lazy. Get on YouTube now, support me, I'll thank you later. Literally, I will thank you. And until we can fix capitalism, this is the best I can do.
From the swamps of Louisiana, the Cajun Predator.
The day of the hairy freak or the fat slob is practically gone.
Let the party begin. I've got snacks.
Hey, look at us. We did it again, another 7 days round the sun. Welcome to WCW Deep Cuts Live. My name is Tom. Right there, I believe. Right there's my info. Look at that, right there. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. This is WCW Deep Cuts Live. Every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. We gather here to check out the quote-unquote forgotten television classics from World Championship Wrestling in the 1990s. Zoom in myself a little bit. There we go. Moving that right there. A little bit of directing here on Tommy Tuesday. Hello to everybody in the Erotic Eric Fontaine fan club. We're all here. We're all hanging out. We're all doing great. Glad to see you all, aka the chat. For those of you who've not been here before and don't know what the hell I'm talking about with this Erotic Eric Fontaine business, it's the chat room, the chat area over on Twitch. We're live tonight also on Instagram for the first time. TikTok wasn't really working out, and I still had an extra slot to stream live on, so I'm throwing this up on Instagram. Hello to everybody on Instagram. Who's given this a shot for the first time. Hopefully you stick with it. I definitely recommend coming over to Twitch if you can. Just because that's the easiest way to join in the conversation with all of our wonderful friends here. Come join us here on Twitch if you can. If not, I understand. Technology's hard. So anyway, before we get going, speaking of places to be, by the way, not live on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, if you're watching this on YouTube, this was hours ago, maybe even days ago by the time you watch it, but it's definitely not happening as you're watching it. But I still appreciate you anyway, especially the members of my weirdo empire. Thank you to Brian Dermody, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Commish Spiffy. Why am I bad with words tonight? Toroid 11, David Syracuse, everybody's friend Jonathan Mayer, the Scott Keith, Hidden Track, Izzy McClure, Jason Honeycutt, Fartmaster Supreme, Ken Terminated DQ, JT, Jacob, Kenny, Brenticus Maximus, Champagne, and JD, Adam, Suzanne, the Suzanne, Yankee Hako 4, Peyton Andrews, Adam, Simon, Brent Clark, Anthony Marola, Stephen J, Neptune Man, Bam Dog, Sean Fox, Jesse Jamie, Impel, Wild Whoops, Brandon Stevenson, Casual Villainy, Dima Bauer, Ninja Tyler, Black, Active Graves, Mark Webster, Justin A.K., Buddha Bull, Unpop, Sean O'Connell, Coop's Footy Vids, not to be confused with Koopy's Foot Vids, D Cribs, Brando H, Algio del Cento Gold, Kubla 1972, Philip Romain, Joseph Dowd, Judas Effect, Ghost of Burt Rennis, Generic Footy Fan, Cloud121D, Joshua Kuhn, King Coop, Edsel Mask, David Wilhall, and our newest Empire member, Jeff Landry Comedy, who hung out with us this past Sunday as we watched Knights and Warriors. As part of Not Quite Wrestling, it is archived now for members at the Erotic Eric Fontaine level and above, $4.99 a month. You get the monthly members only Not Quite Wrestling stream. That's a lot. That's so much. So many people. I'm glad you like the nickname, Jonathan. Because you're everybody's friend. You are. Anyway, speaking of friendship, let's keep the friendship going all week. Join the Discord. Discord for you, for me, for everybody. Keep the conversation going all week. Yeah. Cool stuff. We had a dog posted today. A dog, a cute, awesome, badass dog was posted today in the Discord. So if you want to see that dog, it is free of charge. tinyurl.com/Discord for Tom Green. You can hang out with me and the rest of the folks in the Erotic Eric Fontaine Fan Club all week. So yeah, so I'm glad to see Brian's endorsing Not Quite Wrestling. To me, it's the most relaxed of the streams. It's just us, kind of the exclusive club, if you will. We get our smokers jackets on, we put the pipes in our mouths, and we watch some just real weird ass shit. Knights and Warriors was real weird. So yeah. Become a member. We'll do one again next month. We got all the archives on the YouTube channel for members. And I've got a free sample up for those of you who think, hey, this thing kind of sounds cool, but I don't know about it. Go check it out. I believe I uploaded one of the episodes of Roller Jam. I sliced it. What else? Oh, I was on the Pro Wrestling Potluck this past Thursday. I know a lot of you in the chat right now were there as well. I'm glad to see that. I had a lot of fun. My kayfabe cousin, my bootlegging brother, Scotland Green, Mr. Green Mist. We went real inside baseball about streaming. If you want to know the process within the process of being a nearly 40-year-old Twitch wrestling streamer, Scotland and I have a lot of things in common. We help each other. We give each other things. We shared some inside stories. Yeah, and we chopped it up. We talked. He's doing what's called the Gimmick Gauntlet, where him and viewers and Instagram followers are coming up with the best gimmick that's never been done in wrestling. He's doing like a March Madness type bracket. I believe the bracket will be out on his Instagram tomorrow. We chopped it up about submissions. I even gave my own. So if you do vote for the burner. It's a baby face who puts on a mask and talks shit about all the other baby faces. But anyway, it's 7 minutes into this. We haven't watched a damn second of wrestling. We're going to go back to 1998. We're going to watch WCW Worldwide first. And then we're going to watch WCW Saturday Night from the same day. So we'll go a little past 11 Eastern tonight, but I think it'll be worth it. Let's go. All right. As always, let me know how audio is. Good, bad, indifference. Let's do this. Damn straight. Yeah, it's like a burner account. Exactly. It's an analog burner account. Who is that guy? They never explained. I assume he's the uncle of the bicep from the Saturday Night intro. But yeah, they never explained who that guy was. We're live at Universal Studios. Boys and girls around the world. And we're opening with a swing thing, old Johnny Swinger. Johnny Swinger was like the one guy that would mark out for his own name on the screen. Larry Dunn. You would be cutting cameras way too much. Yes, Collision will be late because of basketball. Which, that reminds me, so, yeah, there will be an off... It's not coming up this Sunday will be as normal, but there will be an off-the-grid in April that will be on a Friday night. Because of that fucking Tony Khan. Tokyo Magnum. I don't think we got Tokyo Magnum, unfortunately. Or Magnum Tokyo. Chris Prime, what the exactly? And his opponent is Goldberg. I swear I don't look at the match lists. Bill. Yeah, it's Bill in parentheses in the middle. In case you confused him with the kid from the Mighty Ducks. But you've never seen a Goldberg match? Oh shit! Oh my gosh, it's already over. Well, Ruff says Wizards, this is a Goldberg match. He picks the guy up by the dick, slams him down, 1, 2, 3. That's it. That was something. Mr. Intensity. They say that in the most, like, jazz hands way possible. Knock him down, brother. I wish he said brother more in promos. Bobby Heenan. I don't know if you all heard that. He just used the John Cena line. I'm not a babyface. I'm not a heel. Just a human being. Bobby Heenan just said that. But yeah, no, he grabbed him by the dick. On the jackhammer, if you watched. Goldberg, I think he had a couple of matches in Saudi after 2015. That's pretty badass, actually.
Tony, thanks very much.
Oh, it's Biz Cash, Lee Marshall.
WCW action coming up on Worldwide, but this gives me an opportunity to talk about spring.
Those Nitro polos are pretty sweet, I say, sounding as middle-aged as fuck.
April 19th, and we are coming to you mile high from Denver, Colorado. You fans in and around Denver. In fact, I know fans all around the country. You know what to do as far as getting tickets to join us in Denver.
That polo has like 5 buttons going up the collar. Why does it have so many buttons?
Tell them you want to see Spring Stampede Sunday, April 19th. You satellite dish owners, you can contact Turner.
Like, why does that thing have so many buttons? Yeah, Lee Marshall looks like they called him at the bar. And we're like, listen, we didn't tape any promos for Worldwide. Can you come back?
With the belt, leaving Eddie Guerrero vanquished.
Yeah, not a good look for Lee. Hey, Winborn Ideas. Hello, hello, hello.
People, and all the critics, all the reporters before that match ever went off. Eddie Guerrero, it was a mismatch. He's too slow. He's too short, and I would not.
That's so shitty, exactly Booker. So Guerrero, this guy I just wrestled to the pay-per-view fucking sucked. Oh no! Oh no! 1998. Yeah, Booker looks so good here.
Saturn, let's go back to Super Brawl. Rick Martel, I put that sucker.
And Lee looks like he's about to pass out.
You put out the full court press, but I left you looking at the lights also. So Saturn.
He looks like when a kid is talking to you, Lee does, and you don't know what the fuck they're saying, but you just kind of smile and nod.
Can you dig it?
Like I said, I think the world is digging on the championship reign of this man, Booker T. 7 times.
Lee Marshall using some of that radio experience. Booker T digging on that.
Spring Stampede in Denver.
He looks like how I feel right now. Clifford! Hey, Cecil. Yes, you're talking about Clifford. That's one of my favorite movies. If you've never seen Clifford with Charles Grodin and Martin Short, it's fantastic. Look at Tony wearing the pullover. Bobby wore a blazer with a pocket square. Tony couldn't be bothered. What is Tony's outfit? It's Cash Kaz, not just Biz Cash. Cash Cash.
There's always one brother who's smarter than the other brother. There's always one brother who's tougher than the other brother. Well, it's obvious that Scott Steiner's a lot smarter than Rick Steiner. It's also obvious to me that Rick Steiner...
Bobby looks sick. Like, he looks like he's got a cold. And clearly, something was said that they had to cut out, because they didn't even bother pitching to the ring.
Introducing first from Ashland, Kentucky,
Oh, Bobby Blaze, only the best. Only the biggest stars for WCW Worldwide.
My sister looking like my brother. What are you thinking about? I don't have a brother.
You should have. You do now.
No,
That is weird they never did Booker and Rick versus Scotty and Stevie Ray.
Florida, Lord Star. Nevertheless, as we said, Rick Steiner.
Both guys received the blue memo. You need to look more professional than Larry Zbyszko. Jackets are mandatory. And they went different ways. Here's my guy, Mark Starr. What the fuck did he say? He sounds like how Lee Marshall smelled.
The next big spectacular available on pay-per-view with cable on a direct ticket with DirecTV is Spring Stampede.
Funny you make the Mike Awesome comparison because they teamed in FMW, Mark Starr and Mike Awesome.
Bobby Blaze and Mark Starr go at it. One match.
This is a match where they might both try to let the other pin them. No, Luther, that horseshoe match, we've got probably at least an hour till that, I believe. We're watching Worldwide first, baby.
Started out together at the same time, and I guess Diamond
Oh.
his tail off to get where he's at. He took a lot of adversity.
Oh, I think this is one of the last Mark Starr matches in WCW.
He couldn't conform to society, and he's jealous now.
Oh yeah, Mark Starr. Because of Mark Starr, Jonathan points out, because Mark Starr, I say this, I feel like every week on the stream, one of my favorites as a kid, genuinely one of my favorite wrestlers as a kid, and because of him, I have this love of wrestling, and now we are here.
Jericho retained the Cruiserweight title in a match against Dean Malenko, where Malenko seemingly was so upset he just walked out of the arena after losing yet again, and it saw Booker...
Hey, Nick over on Twitter.
It also saw the
Lee Marshall's fun. I wouldn't say he was ever good, but he was fun. What happened? Come on, there we go. Don't do that shit to me. Yeah, a couple grade A mullets here. What is Mark Starr doing? Buddy, what was that? He tried like 4 different moves there. Yeah, Mark Starr was announced second. He must be winning. That's a good rule of thumb, Chris Prime.
He should be my friend. He used to be my friend. Hey, if you don't have friends, you have to worry about losing them.
Mark Starr just...
And welcome to everybody on Instagram for the first time. Hello, hello.
Seen losses and seen some wins right here on this program.
Yeah, Bobby Blaze, very proud of that ring jacket, you can tell. He got his custom logo on the back of it.
In a very short period of time, both of these men are going to be...
Price spent a few $100.
Yes, they are.
They're young, they're in great shape.
Shouldn't have cost him a few $100, but he spent a few $100.
Bobby Blaze.
He's got like 7 or 8 books on Amazon. Does Bobby Blaze, I believe. I think he's the guy who just self-publishes books like every month.
Wild. And I tell you, Spring Stampede's going to be much the same. You know, we've really relaxed the rules over the top rope. No longer a disqualification.
Oh. Come on. What's going on here? Come on, file.
Better is keep on wrestling.
Hey, Bobby Blaze won. All right. Fuck this file. File sucks. Bobby Blaze won. What is that? What is this? But hey, unexpected victory from Bobby Blaze. He came out first. But what is this though? Oh, it's Rick Steiner, and they couldn't frame the shot to keep his face in it. Hello, hello, Louise. That match went the length of 150 Goldberg matches. All right, Chad Fortune next up, who would go on later this year to be one half of the Pit Crew. with old Dale Torborg. All the stars are out tonight. He is so fucking tall, by the way. I think he's like shoot 6'7". Highly engaged fans. It's at Universal, Nick. Universal. Look at that. It's one of my favorites. Barry Darsow with his windbreaker. I think he got that at the same store Tony got his. He has lots of deep cut favorites tonight. Look at that guy in the middle. He was like staring at the ring like he's about to jump in. Uncle Barry.
As long as he's not threatening me.
You've wrestled Mantar, Cecil? What? That is 6'5". Well, that means in wrestling he's 6'7".
You always have some sort of scam, don't you? Who? You.
Holy shit, we have a legend in the chat. Cecil retired Mantar.
But Darsow.
Yeah, Barry Darsow's huge.
Fortune sitting down with a running shoulder block.
Darnell! I believe that's my friend Darnell. If so, hello. If not, I'm sorry I called you Darnell if you're not Darnell. But hello, hello, hello.
Going to our Nitro footage, it's very apparent that the Macho Man feels that he can become the next world champion. That he is the man that can take Sting down, and if he does, that he will win the
Okay, that makes more sense. Hell yeah, Darnell. Hello, hello. I'm glad to have you.
I knew his father, Angelo.
Cecil, I did not know you were the man who tossed Mantar in that clusterfuck. I knew Mantar did a clusterfuck. But yeah, Cecil, the Mantar killer.
Hours or whatever the time was. I mean, when they put their mind at something, and I know this man,
Hi,
he can do it. He can run it all.
Darsow threatening the referee here, and Darsow continues now.
Then you got pinned by S.A. Rios. What the fuck? You just went through the whole history of WWE B shows in one match. I love Barry Darsow. He's the master of bending your arm the correct way. Yeah, he has not said stinking bums yet. Yeah, Barry Darsow had a lot of gimmicks.
Certainly he could make a lot more demands. Certainly he could get a lot more people on his side, promising them more stuff.
I think they could have worked that out. Lita would probably be willing to do a moonsault on one of these shows. And I bet you went on at like 2 a.m. too, to just add to the mindfuckery. Hey, Oprah75, welcome, welcome. This, by the way, this ring is tiny. Like, they're having to bend down to hit the ropes. That top rope is real low.
Like him for a neighbor.
Hey, Robot Overlord. Hell yeah. Glad you're here. I'm doing great, Oprah. You know who's not doing great is Chad Fortune with that barely legal. I know that it was like the EC, like they named him after the armbar after the ECW thing, but who saw Barry Darsow and was like, know what he reminds me of? Those pornos where the girls look really young. That's what we need to name his finisher after. Because standards and practices wouldn't let them call it the JLB.
Oh, he'd be fun to have as a neighbor. I'd love it. How about to have him as a roommate?
I would love to have Barry Darsow as a neighbor. I bet Barry Darsow's one of those nice old guys who will like snow blow your side of the sidewalk too.
He talks a lot, but he can back it up like right there. Shoulder's probably gone now.
Hello to Joyce. Joyce 40, I believe is how you pronounce that. If not, let me know.
Barry Darsow.
Diddy Bone.
The NWO was falling apart at the seams. The NWO came back together.
Yeah, Barry Darsow strikes me as the type of guy that's out. He's wearing gym shorts when it's like 20 degrees. I agree more guys should name their finishers after a stack of porno mags. Surprise. Trying to think. Wayne Bloom could hit a guy with the big and juicy. My sister's ex-husband, his name was Gooey. His name was Mike, but everybody called him Gooey because he's a big old fella. He would just leave porno mags all over their trailer. And like not like Playboy or even Hustler. It was like the real specific shit. He used to subscribe to one called the Big Booty Express. And it was like Comic Sans font at the top. And then just like a picture of a giant, not even like a person, just a giant ass on the front of it. Like you saw butthole on the cover of the magazine. Scott Steiner, Scott Norton. It reminds me of that Whitest Kid You Know sketch, the SNL intro. Adam Sandler, Stanley Anders. That's what the NWO was at this time with Scots.
They are from the same breed. They have the same strength.
Are they going to fuck?
No one, and they're in for the ride.
This month on pay-per-view, Goldberg fucks a bull. Yeah, I have to wonder, like, if you were in one of those NWO deals where like 20 guys run down and you each bump for like a sting punch, like, there's got to be moments where there's like log jams, and you end up getting hit with something, but you don't really feel it. Bull Goldberg.
We both had the same mentor.
One step forward.
You both had the same mentor.
The people's champion.
The people love.
That's the strategy, Cecil. Come in with like 5 other guys and just stay down. So that when everybody else bumps, there's, oh, he hit another guy. He was the same mentor, Jake the Snake. I don't think they were even going to bring in Jake. Raven just kind of said that on his own.
What about me?
Log jam, that's what Bill calls him with the bull.
Raven is gathering his flock to fulfill his self-proclaimed destiny for the U.S. title.
This is neighbor Jim. Ooh, if only.
Stampede. Who will survive?
There can only be one.
Raven versus
Why is Raven's delivery so sultry?
WCW US Heavyweight
Call me now.
Paige may have come up with the diamond cutter, but the snake.
Paige may have come up with the diamond cutter, but if you call now, I'll show you my move that I came up with.
So it is written.
It's this.
So it shall come to pass.
Dish Network subscribers call 1-800-333-DISH.
Holy shit, Raven and Psycho Mike. God, I cannot imagine the levels of not giving a shit Raven could come up with. Raven's just trying to fuck his way to depression. Hey. There we go, Chavo Guerrero and his jackets. That's a very flashy jacket for bland-ass Chavo Guerrero. What the fuck is that guy doing? That's right, Chavo did just do a TNA spot. Who the hell? Mike Nova. Who the fuck is Mike Nova? I know everybody on these shows. I don't know who the fuck Mike Nova is. Of course. That's awesome. What is going on? Yeah, that hair... Like, it's not just that it's a mullet. It's that he clearly cut it himself. And didn't use a mirror. He looks like the older brother from iCarly. Oh my god, he's not prepared to be on this level. No, he looks like the older brother from iCarly wearing a wig that even on Nickelodeon they would be like, that's too much. Laurie Metcalf is Pete Rose. Yeah, I figured Mike Nova. How? What the fuck was that? Mike Nova, dude. According to Cage Match, Mike Nova is Simon Dean. That's definitely not Simon Dean. Not one of the same. Because Nova's real name is Mike Bucci. You think this guy was just like working at the park, working at Universal,
with this T-shirt saying "Cheat to win." Eddie Guerrero's my favorite wrestler.
Hey, Chris, welcome.
Really grates at the conscience of one.
Jimmy Jett wearing those long sleeves because, as we've discussed, likely, if you see a referee with long sleeves, they have racist tattoos.
You never know. I mean,
Yeah, he's like awkwardly tall. His pants look like if you made the hot dog out of ketchup. Just like a stream of piss going down the side. What shoot style Chavo Guerrero here?
and you know something about the Guerrero family.
The crowd's chanting Goldberg. They want him to come back out and kill this guy.
No big deal. I think you're blowing this all out of proportion.
To the midsection.
Why is Chavo letting this guy do so much? Like Chavo's.
There was one burrito after dinner one night. No!
I don't want to hear this story.
Okay, forget it.
Gut wrench.
What is happening? What is happening?
Yeah, a little sauce didn't hurt either.
Oh my gosh.
Tornado DDT over the ropes.
Oh no.
We're going home here.
Stop it.
Wait.
Would you please?
Oh my god. Oh no. The Chavo thought that since this show is taped so far in advance. Oh no. Oh no, Chavo. Oh no, Mike Nova. So yeah, what happened there was Chavo clearly thought that they would cut the first one out. So he went to go do it again, and then the second one sucked even worse. And the editor was like, fuck it, we'll leave them both in. Going live. Oh, Mike actually found Mike. How did I called you Mike because Brian. I've known you for like 13 years, Brian, and I called you Mike. Mike Nova has they gave him 2 more matches on TV after this. Oh no. I love that one of the highlights in the replay is him having no idea how to take a suplex. And they're like, fuck, we have to use that DDT in the replay. Chavo looks so defeated. Oh no. Hey, Chris Adams is up next. I hope he gets mad and his eyes turn red.
Recently on Thunder, the NWO got some WCW payback in the persona of Goldberg.
In the persona of Goldberg?
Oh boy! There's too many of them. You're not getting runs into Norton. There are too many of them.
He wasn't talking about the NWO. Bobby was just like, there's too many guys in the ring. I can't keep track. Oh shit. I think I've seen that match. The Faces of Fear against Mike Nova and David Heath, aka Gangrel. I remember it because Barbarian does the kick of fear and like full on gets David Heath in the face. It could have been a battle of the super kicks. Chris Adams and Mike Nova. What if Mike Nova still has that haircut? Oh, that's right. I forgot Lee Marshall was calling Thunder at this point. Bless Vincent's heart for being the one guy that was willing to sell for Ted DiBiase and sticking with the lore, with the mythos. Look at Rude.
Had the belt off, and now using the belt around the throat of DiBiase. Ted DiBiase, obviously at one time a great professional wrestler, but obviously now he's a fat piece of shit.
He used to be a great wrestler. Now he's just the fucking wimp. You were the Thunder fill-in guy in DDT Digest. You should have gotten business cards, Tecmo. I love the random fire. Goldberg's here. He's coming from hell. Ooh. Night, buddy. Love you. Yeah, a lot of these NWO brawls, you could tell the guys were in the corners. If you watch, just kind of doing these love tap deals because they didn't think anybody was paying attention. I think that's the first time Goldberg interacted with the NWO, and that's why it's such a big deal. All right, here we go. NWO B team time. Either a job guy or a Japanese fella. Which one is it? Japanese fella. Hey, it's Hiroshi Tenzan. I love that he has a sweet bull mask and then is just wearing an NWO t-shirt.
You walk around here with horns like that, you gotta be.
Yeah, the B team song's better than the actual NWO song, like a lot. All right, Mike Nova's shoot name is Brady Nimmons.
I heard about that.
That's dead on. He looks like a Brady Nimmons. Oh my god, he's of course is a cop. Of course a police department somewhere fucking hired that guy. All right, Rick Steiner, who, as we all know, longtime WCW Deep Cuts Live fans and friends, is horrible at Family Feud. Rick Steiner and Hiroshi Tenzan.
Kind of moves you in. He says he's horrible. He said, big grown man like that, he says he's just emotionally wrecked. He said, what I'm trying to do right now is trying to keep him trying to keep him training, trying to keep him on the road, traveling, personal appearances, anything I can, he says.
Tenzan was in America this week. I don't know if you all saw. He was at that big event, autograph signing in New York. Yeah, fuck Rick Steiner all day, every day. He fucking sucks. But yeah, Tenzan still has that haircut, by the way. Saw a picture of him, because Sonny Ono seems to be the booking agent for all of, like, the 90s Japanese stars in America. Yeah, this was probably filmed like 6 months before the Scott Steiner heel turn.
Tenzan rocked his head that time.
Tenzan rocked his head.
Headbutt now. Daring Steiner to get up, another headbutt. Tenzan to the side of the head of Rick Steiner.
Danhausen didn't get a picture with him. Hey. I don't know if Liger was there, but saw a picture with, it was Tenzan, Eric Bischoff, and Sonny Ono. Ted DiBiase is one ring tall.
I think Rick should have gone with Scott.
No, I don't. What are you talking about?
I mean,
Off his eyes.
If Rick was so sure he was doing right, he should have gone with Scott and showed him he was
After, by the way, after Worldwide, I got a real fun announcement about Off the Grid for Sunday. Real fun thing we're gonna watch this Sunday.
And Rick Steiner put up to the face. Tenzan.
But see, they could have infiltrated the NWO for us like I did that one.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, Sonny was like, I'm gonna sue this company for making me do a gimmick that I came up with that my best friend said I could do. Not that WCW was definitely racist as fuck, and those guys deserved all the money they could get. But the Sonny Ono aspect's a little iffy. That's awesome, Midnight Rocker. Dan Severn, I love that. I love that Dan Severn will be there. As I said this past week, Dan Severn rules. Shout out to Robot Overlord's dog. Hello, hello. See if your dog understands that. Wish he'd bite a curb instead of a rope, but hey, we'll take it.
You're right, Tony. The man's almost cured now. We can let him go home on weekends.
Buff did a live stream this past week for Brian Knobs. Okay. I'm glad Buff Bagwell got clean. Or is as clean as he's going to get. Imagine being so far down low that Buff Bagwell's having to fundraise for you.
Our Castro torture test of the week. stands up to the most torturous conditions. We'll be back.
And I say this just because Brian Knobbs has been a noted piece of shit for many years. I think Lee looks like he's sobered up a little. He's buttoned some of the buttons.
Next big pay-per-view event. Please mark down the date. It is Sunday.
Exactly. That's what everybody was saying. Hogan wouldn't help out. No, Hogan didn't give him a dime. I don't think Knobbs actually jumped on. Knobbs is in the hospital. He I think he's might be losing a foot.
That's April 19th, and you satellite dish owners, you can contact Turner Premier or
the chemicals in the rope. Hey, look, it's a guy who should have retired years ago.
Those that want the belts. You obviously have the belt, but there's a whole line of people, Chris Jericho.
Remember when we all liked Chris Jericho? When he was fun?
Incoherently. Lee Marshall, you know I'm coming up. I'm standing right there. The people are waving you. It's my time for the interview, and you're babbling on like an idiot. Nobody here watching cares about Lee Marshall.
Lee Marshall is
Everybody here watching cares
acting.
About the paragon of virtue. Lionheart Chris Jericho, the man of 1,004 holds. The man who is now the collector.
5 years ago was the beginning of COVID.
The man who has collected many things.
So it's like 20 years ago.
What have I got? Rey Mysterio Jr.'s knee.
Yes.
Quasitude Guerrera's mask.
Stop it.
What else? I got the.
But we do really need to recognize that, yeah, Chris Jericho was doing some different and fun stuff. Guy never had good comedic timing.
You better not mess with Lee Marshall, or I could take your toupee and.
It's funny you mentioned that because somebody posted a tweet of Jericho's from like a decade ago where he's like,
"Yeah, you're a tough guy."
If I wanted to, I could. He's saying I can't. Oh, the Jericho.
He's making fun of somebody for being like a disgruntled, bitter 53-year-old, such and such, and then somebody looked up how old he's 50. He's 54 now.
Whether it be on Monday Night Jericho, whether it be on Worldwide.
Could somebody give Lee Marshall a coffee? I'm sure between takes he's like, bring down the lights, guys. A little break. You know, Yugi Nagata. Yugi.
And get a load of this. The Dancing Fool, Disco Inferno.
No, you're half right. He'll be with us, the Disco Inferno. World Television champ Booker T keeps on winning. He'll be with us next week as well in singles competition. And then, how about this?
Oh, hi! Laura, who had like one Thunder match. Yeah, I agree with you, Cecil. Again, Jericho had a lot of stuff that was funny in like 1998, and that's where his sense of humor stayed. Up here we go, Black Cat. Again, another guy who had one match on Thunder and otherwise never appeared on any of the other A, B shows. Hey, Jeff Gann, hello. Glad to have you. That vest is dope. Black Cat. A bootlegger needs to get on that. This is at Universal Studios. Yeah, Black Cat's logo for being something they threw together in 3 minutes before he went out there is pretty sweet. Chris Adams. This is the main event of the show, by the way.
Chris Adams, a well-established wrestler.
Like,
been around for years, traveled all over the world.
Of all the like, you could have put the Goldberg match on last.
Knows how to wrestle on the mat.
You could have put the Rick Steiner match on. Again, fuck Rick Steiner all day, but he was a push star on TV. They really just aired these matches at random. I don't think this was the Impact Zone. I think this is a different studio. It's like way smaller. Universal Studios 98. That's right, Jeff. Yes.
Maybe he had 9 lives for dinner then.
Running through, shoulder, elbow. I mean, that was a stiff elbow. Right in the kidney region. Covers 1-2. And Chris Adams kicks away. So the Black Cat trying to get things going. Fans, we're going to be announcing...
Jeff Gann, are you the Jeff Gann? You were there backstage. Okay, that answers my question. Ladies and gentlemen, we are amongst royalty. For those of you who don't know, Jeff's father is one of the most heralded WCW B and C show stars of all time. That's right, Jeff Gann's father was, and I'm not kidding, the Gambler. So We have royalty amongst us.
Well, Stampede,
Very honored.
cattle, horses, NWO, Dusty, Cowboys, manure, you know.
I thought the name looked familiar, and I looked it up, and then you said you were backstage. I'm like, yes, of course.
Aroma.
Yeah.
Big moment for WCW Deep Cuts Live.
Very good.
See?
I hope you're doing well too, Jeff. Glad to have you here. As Chris Adams applies himself a sleeper hold.
Rear chin lock, reverse chin lock applied here by
Gambler Jr. El Hijo de Gambler.
Boy, Black Cat, so many ways to hurt you.
Yes.
He just jabbed him in the eye that time to get out of that rear chin lock.
I love Black Cat's gear.
The Japanese
As
trained
it looks good, but it also looks like a wakeboarding outfit.
This man's probably been training all his life since he was about 7 or 8 years old.
I think he said trending. I'm like, Bobby.
Clamping on the
Correct, Kyle. There was another gambler who was dead. It was not him.
a massive chest and arms, forearms, biceps of his.
Domo.
Homo.
What are you saying?
I said thank you to him.
Don't say thank you to him. He's wrestling. He's not looking at you. He goes.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not set up like Scotland where I can do like live video stuff, like a second video thing. But yeah, if the gambler himself ever wants to step in the chat, I would love that. Yeah, we're glad to have you here nonetheless, Jeff.
Into the corner now. Up.
Oh my goodness. If the gambler gets booked for mystery wrestling, oh sheesh. Oh, that's a stinger.
Could have won the match that time.
Well, obviously he don't know who Chris Adams is. Because you don't pull up a man like Chris Adams and play around with him some more.
Now scoop slam, put him down the mat, and now
Yeah, I know he did Jericho's a couple years past. It was a really good, by the way. Gambler on Chris Jericho's podcast. Very good stuff. I always liked the Chris Adams deal where he'd get your back, get the hooks in, and then flatten you out, and just pound you with the forearms. I always thought that was sweet. And the super kick. 1, 2, 3. And that was the main event of Worldwide this week. Again, we got Saturday night coming up in a minute. Saturday night that aired on the same day. I love that guy. That guy's real excited. What is with everybody doing this? It's like the second or third person in the crowd that did this. All right, before we go to the next show, before we go to Saturday night, here's what we'll be watching Sunday on Off the Grid.
Blessé, en train de tituber au bord du ring, on sait qu'il a eu des problèmes avec son genou tout au long de sa carrière. Est-ce qu'il revient 10 ans trop tard peut-être? Son dernier combat face à Hulk.
All right, so that'll be Sunday at 8. A show from Spain with French commentary. Also, those of you that were with me a couple weeks ago for Off the Grid, where we watched that fucked up South African match, I don't have the update I wanted to give, but I will have an update on something for Sunday. So hang in there. Lenny Lane starting off. That family was wearing different throw blankets. Oh my gosh. I love like today's like we're gonna start off talking about Barry Darso and Wayne Bloom and all those other guys. Here we go. Rock, 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 rock till you drop. Marty Jannetty. Remember when he used to do this thing? Looked like he was milking a cow into his face. Marty Jannetty. Yeah, the NWE show is insane. NWE as a promotion is like acid trip worthy. Lenny Lane, I looked it up when I did that short on him no real word. He's kind of a ghost on social media. He just worked a couple years ago, but I think it was like a one-off retirement match.
And WCW Thunder and Bill Goldberg. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Marty's foot these days is awful looking.
To the New World Order.
And wow, did the NWO
He manages a Planet Fitness. That's dope. Hey. Yeah, he had the one-off WWE match, or he might have worked a couple matches that week. Because there's a Lenny Lane Jack Swagger match from ECW TV.
Right now, Lenny Lane and Marty Jannetty are going to start us off. And
I think everything's wrong with his foot. Like, I'm not trying to like blow off the question, but like, I can't even describe what's wrong with his foot.
Malenko thought he was wrestling Chris Jericho wearing a Juventud Guerrero mask.
Yeah, they did the Chris Jericho like fill-in stunt double gimmick for a little bit here in '98. So did he kill a guy or not? I love that I immediately knew what you meant by that, Green Boy. Marty Jannetty's fessed up to like a dozen crimes on Facebook. Like, he gets bored and he'll just drop a new felony.
Chris Jericho's partner in crime, Lenny Lane, or is he?
The cruiserweight Lex Luger would have been a sweet gimmick. Yeah, Marty. See you, buddy. Marty left a body somewhere.
In Louisville, Kentucky, to confront Chris Jericho, and we also remember that Mr. Jericho attacked both Dean Malenko and.
Oh, there we go. Who's got the stroke? Lenny's got the stroke. Oh, Marty finally had that thing amputated. Good for him. And I don't mean it in like a shitty way. Like, I'm genuinely glad he got that thing cut off, because that looked awful. Like, I could not imagine living with a foot like that.
I don't know. As a single, he's having a hard time with Lenny. Lenny's been impressive.
Certainly has. Lenny Lane has been very competitive in matchups across the board with many of the top cruisers.
Yeah, he was buying some weed at a bowling alley, and he was like a 13-year-old, I think, and the dude's like wanting to like rape him. And Marty, I think, picked up a brick and like smashed it on his head, if it's the same one I'm thinking of.
He's acting like Chris Jericho. He's got that attitude going in there. That's disappointing.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what he has to say Monday at Nitro.
Marty Jannetty, one of the best meet and greet posters I've seen. He was doing a meet and greet at his neighbor's garage sale a couple of months ago. He set up a table and was selling 8x10s at a garage sale. I'm like, hell yeah. Oh, the Rainbow Express. Oh no. That sounds like Marty.
How do you translate something like that?
There's not many ways that you can say go home and have it not mean that you're going home. Sunset flip now by Marty Jannetty. Lenny Lane fights his way out.
Up.
Jannetty rolls him up. Cradle.
Yay. I love wrestling because, like, this crowd's going way crazier than you'd think for 1998 Marty Jannetty. Just for simple shit. I love it. Oh, there we go. There's that Marty Jannetty clothesline bump.
Into a 360 by Marty Jannetty, and Lenny Lane out of nowhere with the lariat. Lenny sets him up. Gonna shoot him.
By the way, I don't like Marty without the knee pads. Looks like a pervert. There we go. Get it? Showstopper? Waka waka. You might as well just plaster on the screen, we couldn't get Shawn Michaels, so here's the guy he used to team with. Yeah, Marty.
Back on WCW Saturday night, Scott Hudson and Iron Mike Tenay and Mike Still.
You know, if you put together their haircuts, you have one entire hairdo.
descended from the heavens at Club La Vila. We will also go
My
back
favorite
to
Marty
the
story is,
Bill Goldberg made his
I've told this one a million times,
presence
but
known, but let's not forget, tag team action
when I was in,
remained
like, I just graduated high school, I helped run a couple of indie shows in 2007 with my buddy Mikey, who runs Black Label Pro now, and we booked Marty Jannetty, and we put him up in, like, a real nice hotel, and he saw, like, a roach motel, like a disgusting one-star roach motel across the street, but there was a prostitute out in front of it, and he's like, hey, can we stay over there instead? Like, whatever you want, Marty. So Marty makes a beeline to the prostitute and disappears for like 6 hours. We can't find him. We're like, fuck. And we're like minutes away from bell time. Marty comes in with the prostitute to the show. And she works as his Polaroid girl for the entire show because Marty paid her for an entire day and night, and he was going to get his effort out of her, his labor. And he wore like soccer shorts and a real tight top, kind of like when he wrestled Kurt Angle. That's what he wore. And he was like half asleep, and then he went out and had like a 3.5-star match with the future Seth Rollins. Marty is resourceful. I agree with you, Jeff. We might see all the guys from the Cruiserweight Battle Royal. All those guys were on this were on these shows at this time. Hey, it's Evan Courageous with his Lilith Fair haircut. Exactly, Brian. If you pay for an entire day and you go a little splurt early, make some money. Oh, it's Nick Patrick. Boo! Look at that fuzzy vest. There's Nick getting all of his camera time.
But it may get just as out of control at the arena. Evan Courageous and Silver King next up on Saturday night.
I I'm both am and am not surprised that Evan was never. I mean, he was in developmental for a bit after WCW closed, but also legend was he had a mouth on him and thought that his shit didn't stink. Yeah, I didn't see the show, Jeff, where Buff Bagwell was a gigolo, but I've seen the clips that are online.
We've seen Silver King in singles competition on Saturday night. Usually he's involved.
Buff and his little butt humping some lady. Cowboys4Angels.com, baby.
As a singles wrestler, as well as a tag team competitor, he's
come on.
Second-generation stars from Mexico.
For those of you that are just joining us for the first time, I am not a Nick Patrick fan. He hogs the camera time away from the wrestlers, and half the time he misses shit.
Sets down for the cover, and he got the 2 count on Silver King. Nicely executed.
Scott Silver King holds the unique accomplishment of being the youngest luchador ever to tour Japan and the youngest Mexican ever to hold a World's Championship belt, both coming at the age of 17. So that'll tell you about his credentials as a singles.
I'm familiar with some indie shows in Highland, Indiana. I'm not familiar with that one, but I used to go to Ian Rotten shows. I used to go to IWA Mid-South and Highland. Listen, if anything is going to get me to turn around on Nick Patrick, it's him taking a mystery wrestling booking. Oh my gosh, what a boot.
Boot in the chest of Evan Courageous by Silver King. But Silver King is staggered. He's slowly taking over on Courageous.
Well, he's slow to recover, but Silver King now motioning to the...
Yeah, that's why I am surprised in one sense that Evan Courageous never got a shot on TV. Because he does look like the type of guy that some folks in WWE would love.
Silver King thrown off into the center of the ring. Courageous up top.
I love that Evan completely overshot him. Like he wouldn't have even had to have moved.
Move from Evan Courageous, knocking him back to
WWE. Don't even get me started on that WWE ID bullshit.
Nothing but canvas on the way down.
A great equalizer, but Silver King rolls over, hooks the leg. He only got the 1 count on Evan Courageous.
Good for the guys that are making
Silver King's got his win back from that top rope
a little bit of money off of it.
Reversal by Evan Courageous. Silver King, oh, and he caught the elbow.
Yeah, Marty paid the girl to be with him all day.
Courageous quickly moves in. He got the 2 count. Courageous up.
Oh, that was sweet.
Crossbody did not connect.
Now, Silver King has certainly been well aware of Evan Courageous' attempt at high-risk moves. Oh, wow, what impact on that drop kick.
Like, this seems like Silver King, like they were calling it in the back, and Silver King was like, what do you want to do? And Evan gives him all this shit, and Silver King's like, okay, you'll fuck this up, I just have to come in and save him. The ID thing, it seems just like every WWE attempt to swallow up a scene. Like, it seems so similar to the UK shit, it's ridiculous. And the UK scene is still recovering from all that. And, like, it seems like the same shit with the territories in the mid-80s. Like, it's the same game plan. I could rant on it for hours, but we got some WCW to watch, brother. Exactly. Gold King, the Jericho line.
It's all going down at Spring Stampede on pay-per-view April 19th.
Back on
WCW Saturday night, Scott Hudson and Iron Mike's and
Is this Chris Jericho? No, it's what? Mike Tolbert got Chris Jericho's music. Mike Tolbert, who is maybe the worst wrestler to ever get multiple matches on national television. Oh shit. Blind leading the deaf. All the days of my life, oh the days, oh the days. Mike Tolbert is the only guy, it's not here, there was an episode of Worldwide sometime in this era. He fucked up flexing. Dave Burkhead, it's close. I think Tolbert's a little bit worse. Yeah.
Or maybe a diamond cutter. Think again. You have to learn this sport from the ground up. And these two men are trying.
There we go. Horseshoe, aka Luther Reigns.
How much they've learned in the
I don't know if you guys have ever gotten to read a transcript or listen to Luther Reigns' Torch Talk interview with Wade Keller. It is awesome. Like, at one point, Wade asks him, like, were there ever any, like, creative plans that you wish they would have gone through with? He's like, yeah, I told the writers once I wanted one bitch on this arm, one bitch on this arm. I was going to come out and be like, hey, I'm fucking 2 women, and then I beat everybody and become the world champion. I'm like, hell yeah. Yeah, Horseshoe seems like the type of guy that would have been hanging out in Boys Town, let's say.
Speaking of upcoming WCW events,
champion mindset.
Columbia, South Carolina, Baltimore, Maryland, and Nashville, Tennessee, because we have big announcements of on sales.
Yeah, he said he went in and pitched that to Vince McMahon.
It's Thunder coming to Columbia, South Carolina.
You guys should run that with, like, I can't even, like, the dopiest wrestler in mystery wrestling. Because Tom McGee could do, like, flips off the ropes.
The date for the Great American Bash pay-per-view. Tickets at Baltimore Arena box office and Ticketmaster. Plus, in Baltimore, you can meet Kurt Hennig at the arena on Friday from 10 a.m.
Obama Dude Baca said Paul London said Luther poured pizza sauce down the toilet and claimed he had meningitis. I'll DM Scotland afterwards. Guy who fucks a lot and wins every match.
Jimmy Hart at Tower Records on West End Avenue.
Throw it up. Throw it up.
Jimmy Hart doing a live.
Yeah, Mickey J seems very sad.
They're going to be lined up and down the street for that one for Nashville.
They've been wrestling for 1 minute, and they're already in a chin lock.
Good wrestling in here from these 2 young men. I think that Horseshoe, you're right. He is taking over on Mike Tolbert. He's showing me a little bit more than Tolbert. Tolbert can't escape, and that's some powerful arms on the.
Yeah, you need 3. What if somebody's like 2? I need 4 of them.
Tolbert at this point, just trying to grind him down.
Yeah, it's not surprising these two are probably blown up to sky heaven. Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm going to move Dave Burkhead up as being worse than Mike Tolbert because of that sunset flip. But Dave Burkhead could not do a sunset flip like that.
Wow. And Mike Tolbert is put together. You can tell he didn't just walk in from the buffet. This guy knows what he's doing in there.
Didn't walk in from the buffet. Yes, he does. He has a horseshoe on top of his head. That's why he's, yeah. But he's horseshoe with a U because he's a cool guy.
Well, as you can see by the physiques of both men, intensive physical workouts and weight training, a major aspect of that.
I'm surprised we haven't had a poly gimmick in wrestling. Like, kind of with Orlando Jordan, but people in wrestling didn't know what the fuck polyamory was. They just cheated on each other. What the hell? Come on. There we go.
That's going to get out of control, I'm sure. That is the main event tonight on Saturday night. Gut-wrench salto.
It's the general manager of Old Country Buffet. Kokomo. I think Kokomo is an Old Country Buffet. Poly match. Oh my god, a poly match. That's what like a four-way dance should be called now to keep up with the times. A poly match. That's genius, Jeff. I love it. I'm stunned by how not bad this match is. Hell yes. Please, you in London and just every show you find a new person to add to the polycule. Hey, Horseshoe wins. It's shoe business. EMS and me. I think it was more of a. Oh hey, High Voltage gets a promo. I don't think PMS was a poly gimmick because they didn't fuck each other.
Let me introduce them formally. This is Rage. This is Chaos. And Chaos, I've heard it said that you and your partner really have become tag team specialists.
I like that word, Lee Marshall. Specialists.
Specialists.
Absolutely. World Championship Wrestling talks about dismantling their tag teams. You have one Steiner brother here, one there. You have Booker T with a strap around his waist.
Booker T with a strap? Oh, around his waist.
I'll tell you about
I don't. Was it supposed to be that the Bashams also fucked each other?
Determined, hungry men who anybody with any knowledge.
Yeah, Lee Marshall still looking like he's barely alive, but at least he put on a blazer.
Time to come home and get a chance.
Yeah, he's struggling. Lee Marshall's struggling here to stay awake.
Let me ask you about this experience in Japan. Can you take that knowledge, Rage?
This is after the New Japan tours where High Voltage suddenly got good.
Absolutely. We've proved ourselves in Japan, and now it's time to prove ourselves here in WCW.
Proves itself.
The two youngest, hottest commodities in WCW.
He looks like he's in
We are the
pain.
tag team for the next millennium. So don't touch that dial. You just might get a shock. The aftershock.
Fans,
Wait,
he is right. Do not
is he
dare go away.
saying
We've
that
got
he's
more
booby
great
trapped
action
your
coming up
television?
for you on WCW
Titties!
Saturday night.
Bouncing his titties. Bow, 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 ba, da, ba, bow, 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 ba, da, bow, bow, bow. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, it's Gene. It's casual Gene with that t-shirt on underneath the blazer.
Now there's a new face in town who appears ready to unleash some fury on the opposition.
Fury.
But just who is that opposition? I've got these hot stories and so much
stories.
more during my in-depth WCW hotline report, available right on up until midnight tonight.
Yeah, let's see Gene do that titty bouncing thing.
9900. That's 1-900-909-9900.
Unleash.
Kids, get your parents' permission before calling. Oh, by the way, Internet fans coming
by
up
the
on
way.
Thursday night, April 2nd, tune in to WCWWrestling.com for Malice at the Palace.
Oh, that's right.
Tampa, Florida.
The
Another
internet
live,
pay-per-views,
exclusive wrestling event.
which I have asked, they do not exist in the WWE tape library. They are not there.
And be part of the action.
Tag team action next up on Saturday night.
Here we go. Jonathan, mark it off the bingo card. We got Armstrong bingo. Scott and Steve, they are wearing proper singlets for the most part. They're cut a little high. A little low and a little high. Armstrong, get it? Get it? I love, okay, I love that guy doing the jerk off and the thumbs up, but also there was a woman that they panned by who was like doing like a whole dance to the Armstrong song. I'm like, that is my new favorite wrestling band right there. There we go, High Voltage. Who, by the way, they had a custom song like 2 matches into their career. Yes, Rock Garden is the name of that song that the Armstrongs used.
Rage and chaos, High Voltage. Next up on Saturday night, and this is not going to be a cakewalk. There and there against.
Look at how oily those men are.
Brothers Armstrong, Scott and Steve.
Yeah. And High Voltage.
Really impressed with High Voltage's recent showing in a Nitro battle against the NWO's.
Hello, Phony Soprano. Hello, hello. I get it, Phony Soprano. I get it. I get your name. Welcome. Thank you so much for bringing the crackers and the half-eaten soda. Half-drunk soda. I don't even know my own references anymore. Hey, Alan. Hello, hello. Glad to have you. Thank you for the support, my man. I effing love you, my friend.
Scott and Steve Armstrong have not exactly had a.
Yeah, we're gonna get a springboard here, maybe even 2. That's right. He was that dude was just standing back, watching Tracy Morgan vomit everywhere last night. Also, shout out to Gino. Thank you for upping that Prime sub. Hell yeah. Thank you. I haven't said it enough. When you subscribe on Twitch, I put it in a little syringe, and then I stick it in my butt cheek, and it makes me stronger. Ah! Okay, that was funny. I'm scared of you. You got giant pecs.
Did you get any more scoops in the locker room?
Other than everyone in the locker room area is
Built up High Voltage versus Enos and Bloom. Hell yeah. I have tried to move my titties many a time. Hi, buddy. That's a great sentence for my son to walk in on. Talking about making my titties bounce.
That's the one constant. We know that when Piper shows up, big things happen. A major impact player, always a major effect on WCW and the NWO.
It's called trauma, yes.
Huge developments this Monday at Nitro.
Top rope double clothesline by Chaos.
I think he's cussing at me now.
The Armstrong brothers right to the canvas. Rowdy Roddy Piper has never once made an appearance.
Brian Hildebrandt, Mark Curtis, the referee here.
Wasn't a complete upheaval of everything there is in the
Steve Armstrong looking like Lee Marshall about 5 minutes before they went with that pre-tape.
At the feet of Roddy Piper. I wonder if he's got something in store for the NWO Monday night on Nitro.
Well, when Hot Rod arrives on the scene, you know it's going to be memorable. So be a part of it.
All my homies love Mark Curtis, exactly.
Monday, and also at Freedom Hall in Louisville, Kentucky.
I can't hear you, buddy. I'm streaming.
Louisville, Kentucky. What a great wrestling town.
Tell me a bastard. I know who my mom is. Love you, buddy. Go to bed. Piper. I don't think Piper ever was on Worldwide, no. I know Piper did a couple pre-tape promos for Saturday Night. We watched one on here before. You'd think that just being around Mark Curtis would have rubbed off a little on Nick Patrick, but no. Needed to lean on that rope.
Double team tactics by the Armstrong brothers.
Yeah, those singlets are barely covering anything.
Why was Steve Armstrong doing jumping jacks in the ring? Shoots Chaos in. Chaos, sunset flip on Steve Armstrong, but Curtis distracted by Scott Armstrong. 1, 2, 3, come on.
1, 2, 3, come on.
Again, that's the experience edge that the Armstrongs have. Great timing.
Double teaming Chaos, missing the double.
The dude did jumping jacks. Cocky heel. Armstrongs.
Well, very important now for Chaos to make his way to the corner, get the freshman Rage into the battle.
The good thing here is there is no freshman on the Armstrongs.
Exactly. Mark Curtis is trying to be invisible like you're supposed to be as a referee. And Nick Patrick has his face like right here, this close to the camera, every time something cool happens. Hey, he remembered to tag in his partner to do the double team. That's the Nick Patrick leg drop. He held onto the rope the whole time. Ah, random bulldog.
Including that move, the bulldog delivered by Rage. Now Chaos, quick tags by High
Up, what are they going to do here? Springboard. It's not a high voltage match without a springboard. And they win. God, look at how big his traps are. Oh my. I believe he's still among the living, which is insane. Yeah, he does. I definitely think Rage looks like a young Rick Steiner, and also I guess would look like Braun Breaker. Which is funny because there was a period where they were trying to, on commentary, push High Voltage as the new Steiner brothers, and it just never panned out. All right, now I'm excited now, Chris. All right, Chris Adams. Where the fuck's the video? There's the video. What is going on? Why did the video go? Up.
Everyone watches Nitro. You know how
It literally broke. What is happening? Oh no. Chris Adams and Glacier. Come on. No. There we go. Okay. We're just going to cut straight to the match. What the fuck? These files suck. Stream runs cold. Ah. Ah, you jinxed me. Maybe he was too horny for Twitch. Yeah, we got the continuation of the Super Kick feud. A feud, I'm not kidding you, went on for like 6 months. And it made its way to Nitro and Thunder when Perry Saturn got involved. I wonder if Chris's red eyes can melt eyes. The fact that multiple people have told the story about Chris Adams' eyes turning red is insane.
the rotor blades of the helicopter almost blew Eric into the drink there at Club La Vela. That would have been something else. I didn't think Sting could top what he did
drugs.
in the Alamo Dome, dropping himself from the very top.
Chris Adams, people forget, hell of a shooter. That's some real cool, like, proto MMA holds.
That's the most amazing piece of footage I've ever seen in World Championship Wrestling. But what can he do to top it?
Oh, come on. You never saw RoboCop, Scott Hudson?
Go into Spring Stampede as the world's heavyweight champion, and he will be defending that title against the Macho.
Casual eye. It's into the Glacier eye that is like got the contact lens in it. Hey, Phony Sopranos, glad to see you in the chat. What's the deal with this show? Is this pre-Thunder? No, Thunder had started a few months before this. WCW had like 4 or 5, at this point, 5 shows on the air.
Top dog, numero uno in the NWO, and he feels that the other NWO members.
Yeah, Chris Adams. Trying to think. What was it? WrestleMania 6 where Hogan and Warrior doing the stare off in the opening package and their eyes shoot lasers at each other? That's what I'm thinking of. Hell yeah. R.I.P. Drugs Delaney, my man. Real legend. Legend of the Erotic Eric Fontaine fan club, aka the chat. And a real one.
Battling it out for supremacy within the ranks of the NWO. Glacier shoots Chris Adams into the guardrail here in Ozark on Saturday night, and Glacier.
Oh, they said we are in Ozark, Arkansas.
Remembered what happened. Rolled back in. Referee Mark Curtis stopped the count. Glacier.
She was like, I only kind of kicked it. I'm smart.
Connecting with the jaw. Too much time congratulating himself. Oh, but then Glacier comes back and sends Chris Adams head first into the steel ring post.
Wow, that had to knock Adams in the next month. Glacier puts Adams in the center of the ring. He knows to win the match, he's got to pin the man in the ring. Runs him into the pole, puts him in
In '96, they had Nitro, Saturday Night, Worldwide Pro. Did they have another show?
Like that shoulder block that we really hadn't seen from him in the past.
Glacier looking for an opportunity.
There's no place, says Ghost of Burt Prentice, in Ozark, Alabama that can hold 200 people except the Baptist Church. Maybe WCW ran the Baptist Church. Main events. Yes, there you go, Yankee. But was Main Event a first run show? I feel like Main Event was a recap show by that point, with like one pre-taped match or one original match. '96 was the last year of Surfer Sting. Prime, I don't know if I count because Prime was just matches from other shows revoiced to be original. Chris Adams with the win. Yeah, there were it was like one first run match a week on Main Event. I don't know if I would call it a first run show though.
And what a show he put on, but everything came to a head Monday night.
What a recovery on the part of the biggest athlete in all of professional sports. It was the
yeah, Glacier by this point, man, the NWO just killed that dude's run. As I burp.
We saw the Giant add a couple of more bodies into the drink at Club La Vila. Once again, let's go back tonight.
Into the drink. You didn't really need to convince Kevin Nash too hard to jump into something called the drink. I've seen that ghetto match from Main Event. I believe that's the one where Dusty on commentary is like, listen, I need to address a rumor. Ghetto is not my son. I could see that, Gino. World Cannonball Champion to Spring Break. Yeah, that's the Nitro where Scott Hall's like, Giant, this is your cue. Yeah, the Blood Runs Cold thing got completely killed by the NWO. Because you can't have, like, Shooty McShooterson NWO stuff going on and then have Mortal Kombat on the same show. Ozark Civic Center, where this was... Not this. This was Club La Vila. Talking about Saturday night. Gonna go into the drink. What do I think about the WCW Vault YouTube? I am a fan. What the hell is wrong with this file? What is going on? I seriously?
From Tampa, Florida.
I'm so mad right now.
In Worcester, Massachusetts.
I swore this worked before I went live.
April the 10th at the Central Center box office as well as all Ticketmaster outlets.
Worcester, Mass, and Baltimore, Maryland.
With that big.
Well, I guess the Barbarian won that match. Fuck.
That's a good match. Hugh Morris probably, he's asking my advice.
Sounds real horny without the video.
Diamond Dallas Page defends the US strap
Fuck.
against Raven.
What should we do?
All right, we are back. Of course,
Ozark, Alabama.
Another Saturday night. It's more than that.
Oh, you were at that Slamboree, Brian. Hell yeah.
History. What a show it was, but it left some very important questions unanswered. Hi again, Hotline fans. Here's something you can toot your horn
Trying to think
about.
what can we do.
About leaving the squared circle.
I really hope this doesn't cut out anymore.
Now there's a new face in town who appears ready to unleash some.
Get my videos from my own Google Drive. This video worked before. I'm so confused. I think it's an OBS issue.
Available tonight, right on up until midnight. The telephone number to call, 1-900-909-9900. That's 1-900-909-9900. Call the hotline right now. Oh, by the way, Internet fans, coming up on Thursday night, April 2nd, tune in to WCWWrestling.com for Malice at the Palace from Tampa, Florida. Another live Internet-exclusive wrestling event that you won't see or hear anywhere else. Check it all out at WCWWrestling.com. Get all the details.
Back on WCW Saturday night.
Hey, Viva La Fran. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Hey, it's our bout. Is this the match? I I think this might be the match, you guys. Hell yes, this is the match. Ooh. Lorenzo. This guy was supposed to be the guy in WCW. This is the match. WCWWrestling.com now goes to a fishing website and not the one with actual fish. It is Fit Finlay with his name misspelled.
Is that the face of like a teen idol? I don't think so. That's the face of a man that's going to come in there and
This is what you didn't see the short I did about Lorenzo? Oh boy, you're in for a treat. So, this match made Lorenzo retire. And by retire, I mean he ran out of the locker room. I love that Finlay brought back this jacket for his one WrestleMania singles match. Which I don't blame him, that's a dope-ass jacket. What happened, we'll see it here. It's not even like Finlay like beat the shit out of him. Finlay just wrestled like Finlay. And Lorenzo's like, oh my god, he touched me. He's not supposed to be touching me for real. And he like freaked out. Like there's one kick that's really fucked up. But other than that, it's not too bad. Nick Patrick, the referee, which means something's going to get fucked up.
Jeopardy match at the recent uncensored pay-per-view. And how about that common thief, Raven, who stole the United States Heavyweight Championship belt from DDP this past Wednesday, actually, on MTV Live. Now, Diamond Dallas Page was not able to be at Thunder.
Ooh.
It was under doctor's orders. They told him that because of the severe concussion that he received because of the attack from Raven at MTV, that he was not allowed to travel. So this is going to be Page's first opportunity.
See, like, Finlay's not doing anything, like, unprofessional. Oh, there we go. Now he's mad. That's amazing, Cecil. You're going to get staff from this thing. Huh.
Diamond Dallas Page appearing on MTV Live. Who else shows up? Raven shows up, steals the belt, DDTs him, even blows.
Yeah, Lorenzo's The Machine.
And now Diamond Dallas Page is
hey, the Machine stuck around, just not under that name.
Raven just can't. And on top of all this, Mike, today, we've talked about this earlier. They shared the same mentor, a man that Raven has.
Like, yeah, like nothing here is unusual for a Finlay match.
None of them pleasant.
Hello, Jason. Thank you so much for the follow.
They did have the same team.
Right there. Oh,
they're going to be very competitive in nature. Diamond Dallas Page,
oh, that one sucked.
Winning the United States Heavyweight Championship, and now you're seeing the jealousy.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was rough.
Me.
Hey.
Raven is a very
that he literally kicked him out of the business. So funny story. Somebody who claims to be one of Lorenzo's current co-workers sent me a message on every platform possible. Hey, this isn't true. Lorenzo wrestled for years after this, and he wants you to correct the story. And like I shot him back a message on I think Instagram. Like, oh yeah, where'd he wrestle? And dude didn't reply. I think Lorenzo's co-worker is there's a kick. In the same realm as Paul Heyman's roommate.
Just pressed him and made him give you an explanation. He couldn't come up with anything. He's got a screw loose. That's coming up at the end of this contest. Lorenzo and Fit Finlay. We will hear from Raven as he prepares to tag team with his block buddy Saturn.
Yeah, see, he's not doing any. That's a perfectly normal pro wrestling armbar.
Fit Finlay has the arm of Lorenzo Bard working now.
Oh no, you don't know that, Chris? So, Paul Heyman used to answer the phone and say he was his own roommate when he didn't want to talk to somebody.
Now it looks like a hammerlock.
ECW?
Graduate of the power plant down in Atlanta, the WCW dojo, if you will, but I don't think he had anything like this done to him at the power plant. That is nice.
Yeah, they didn't like work holds at the power plant. At least not in this era.
For added pressure. Oh man! European uppercut by Finley on Lorenzo, and Lorenzo's out on his feet, I think. Shoots him in, waits on him, misses the clothesline. Lorenzo
puked in buckets.
Going up top.
Out of the fireman's carry.
Oh.
Where does he go from here? Roll through with the head.
That's right, your dad trained there. That's right, Jeff. I completely forgot about that. Your dad's probably the best guy that came out of there, honestly.
Dish out some more punishment to Lorenzo.
Like, I'm not just blowing smoke. Like, a lot of guys came out like Lorenzo.
Slam in the corner. Finley gonna go up to the second.
And then, but like, your dad was like actually good.
Coming back on Finley.
I think Lorenzo could have ended Bret Hart's career. Their beautiful hair would have become tangled. That's awesome,
Finley
dude.
just sidestepped him that time, and Lorenzo, I think, went all the way through to the steel post. Ouch!
I can't imagine how goofy that place must have been doing out to somebody who was not in the business. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I love how Finley's like, I can't get him. Oh, And so ends Lorenzo's career.
And in his own words, he opened the eyes of the WCW.
And the funniest thing about Lorenzo / his roommate doubting the story, or like trying to like claim that like Lorenzo didn't run away and like cry and never come back, is the reason why I did the short is because somebody very close to Fit Finley reached out to me and confirmed the story to me right before I posted it.
To challenge Booker T for the World's TV Championship.
WCW Power Plant graduate Lorenzo Lamas, who was given that name because he resembled the actor Lorenzo Lamas. Lorenzo, he owns some bars.
Of fate.
Hey, look, an exclusive Raven promo.
And I reign supreme as the United States champion. Wednesday night.
Yeah, actual stars.
TV. Diamond Dallas Page was an invited guest among superstars.
What the fuck? Come on, file.
Page, this is just the beginning. The beginning of a long and horrible and excruciatingly painful.
Dallas Page, Carson Daly wanted to ask you surface level questions about wrestling.
You deserted me. The Snake knows it. I know it. Everyone knows it.
Jake Roberts was pissed that you sat on a couch next to the Foo Fighters
and I stole
as they tried to pretend that they knew who you were.
Biggest and finest hour as U.S. champion on MTV. I took it all away from you.
Man, how wrestling has grown.
I took it all away from you, Paige.
Where like that's the biggest thing a wrestler could do in 1998. Just pop up on MTV Live. Not even Total Request Live. That was just MTV Live.
I don't need to be there, Paige. I can already guess the outcome. And it doesn't look good.
Funny story, by the way, I heard about, I think I've told it here before, I've heard about that appearance, was they played DDP's music, and Dave Grohl was like, what the fuck is this? And he went back to their lawyers, like, hey, the wrestlers ripped off one of our songs, one of the Nirvana song. And but Dave just knew it was the wrestlers. He didn't know it was WCW. So the attorneys who represented the Nirvana library or the record label or whatever the fuck it was sent a cease and desist to the WWF, telling them to stop using DDP's music. And the WWF's like, yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll stop using it, whatever. And that's how WCW got away with using that song. And Vince went, who the fuck hired Johnny Polo? That's amazing. Yeah, Glacier was a bit close to a couple of those Mortal Kombat characters. I mean, really Sub-Zero. But... Hey, Ellie, not so smelly. Hello, hello. It's Goldberg. I did not see that he won it with the Thez press, but good on Sean Spears. I've said it on here, I thought that move needs to make a comeback. Good on Sean Spears for bringing it back. Who's next?
Anybody in his way, I'll guarantee you that. He just sent a message, gentlemen, to the NWO. He sent a message.
This Thursday on Thunder, we're going to see Marty Jannetty. Will he do this? Seriously, Sean Spears, the only man to hold both the OVW TV title and the NXT North American title. I think he held the secondary title in FCW too, just hitting all the eras. The career sophomore. Why is there a poop smear? You guys see that? There's a poop smear up there. There we go. Jerry Flynn. And he's got a goatee. Holy shit. Goatee Jerry Flynn. He should be unstoppable. Whoa, Jerry Flynn. Holy shit, he looks like the lead villain in a Three Ninjas movie. He's so greasy. Yes, Brian. Looks great. I believe he's wrestling Prince Iakea. Lightning Foot versus Barefoot.
We have got to get Nick Lambros and WCW Legal working on that. That's impossible. How can you sign a contract and just completely back out? But who knows? Boy, Raven infuriates me.
Raven infuriates me. Funny you mentioned that, Ellie, not so smelly. Because when Jerry Flynn did matches unmasked in WCW, he used the same song as Jerry Flynn just came out to. And then when Jerry Lynn left, they just gave the song to Jerry Flynn. Which tells me they just put an F in front of the last name on, like, the track file. Like, okay, that's enough. I don't know, a lot of guys in this era just came off the street and beat Yuji Nagata.
You talked earlier, Mike, about Thunder this Thursday in Fairfax, Virginia. That is one show. Oh, that's going to be another great event right here on the Superstation TBS with names like Luger and Neidhart and the Bulldog, as well as Booker T, the TV champion. Flynn now taking over on Prince Iakea. Well, Jerry Flynn really earned a measure of respect among his peers for recently taking Goldberg to the limit and gets the cover.
Yes, this is the era where Jerry Flynn wrestled Goldberg like a half dozen times. Because he was the only guy to do more than that was able to get Goldberg through a match. Because he worked a style that Goldberg could kind of flow with. Yeah, MMA kind of killed off the Jerry Flynns of the world. Like, you can't just be a karate guy in wrestling.
You know, you were talking about Thunder. Yes, the event in Fairfax is sold out. Cover here and 2 count for Flynn. But there are still
yeah, we need
upcoming Thunders
pit fighters.
available. April the 9th, Tallahassee,
trap fighting, karate masters. That's when martial arts were good. The shit now where everybody knows everything. What are you training? Mixed martial arts? Fuck you. Oh, shit. Oh, we lost it again. Oh. There we go. We're going just a couple weeks later. Yeah, I need to have an emergency thing. I don't know why I've never... Got more fucking Armstrongs. Here we go. This is March 11. Or April 11. There we go. Change that and we're good. All right, here we go. More Armstrongs. We have saved the show. We might have watched this, actually. If we have, I feel bad. Oh, good. We're not going to watch Disco Glenn against Hardbody Harrison. Thank you, Brian. Here we go. Kaz Hayashi, who had just debuted in WCW, fresh out of Michinoku Pro. True story, he was working for minimum wage, and they were paying him under the table because he did not have his visa. He did not sign a contract until almost the year 2000. Yes, this is Armstrong. That's squared. Yeah, Armstrong squared.
Mike, we have news about Spring Stampede, including the speculation about the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Much more.
Only in WCW would you get the Armstrong brothers wrestling Ultimo Dragon and his little buddy from Michinoku Pro. Yes, exactly, Labamba Dubaka. They needed to sign a guy, another guy who wasn't white, and they were getting sued. They did, he did Ellie Not Smelly. We might be watching those in the future on Off the Grid. Yeah, minimum wage. He made like less than 10 grand in 1998, and he was there almost a full year. Holy shit. That was sweet body slam.
By Steve Armstrong. What is Chavo Guerrero doing at ringside, Mike, tonight? Who is he scouting? Is he scouting Hayashi? Is he scouting Ultimo Dragon? Could he be scouting one of the Armstrongs?
Oh,
well, I know that
poor Kaz.
Guerrero Jr. has recently been in action against Kaz Hayashi and Ultimo Dragon. Possibly he's looking at joining his uncle, Eddie Guerrero, for a tag match.
What a contest that was.
Yeah, Hayashi, yeah, I didn't know he retired, but I knew he was active for a long time.
Into the turnbuckle, Ultimo flipped out. Look at the balance from Ultimo Dragon into the
Sweet, I always loved that. Made the heels look stupid, but I love it. Also, I love that the Armstrongs are working Southern heel shtick spots in with like the Ultimo Dragon Kaz Hayashi lucha Japanese style match. Like, and it's working real well together. Like, this is good shit. I like it.
That final one was lethal and on target. The front slam by the Dragon.
Oh, got him with that one. And good on Ultimo for letting Kaz get the pin. A lot of guys in that spot would not have let Kaz hit the finish. I think they did just call the Swanton a diving headbutt. Yes. WCW commentary. And I like Scott Hudson. Even it's Mike Tenay. Mike Tenay should know better. Yeah, Kaz Hayashi was not even making a living wage at this time. Editor's note, it was not the start of something very big. Slim Jims, baby.
quickness of the Dragon to avoid the clothesline. Doubled him over with the boot to the midsection, followed it up with the snap suplex. That led to the backsplash off the top, and the victory for Dragon and Hayashi.
When we come back on Saturday night, the crippler Chris Benoit.
Oh, no.
Right now, standing by our colleague, Lee Marshall.
Guys, thank you very much. In a couple of minutes from now,
This,
Booker T,
yeah, this looks like they splashed some coffee on Lee and then shot this promo after the worldwide
I
one.
want to talk about Spring Stampede. You and Chris Benoit, you've had tremendous matches dictated by a time limit. But come Spring Stampede, Booker T, somebody wins.
Booker T dressed very well, very sharp.
But, you know, I don't want to look over Fit Finley. You know, this is a tough guy. You know, and I want to let you know, Fit, you know,
What a gorgeous belt that is.
I am ready for the test. And as far as Chris Benoit go, yeah, we had two great
What a
matches
good
on
belt.
Monday Nitro. And it was all good in the hood, like we say. But Benoit, we got no time limit.
I'm sure Benoit would also say it was all good in the hood.
I'm ready to go all night long, if you know what I'm saying, because you know why, Lee Marshall? Because I am one bad brother. Now, can you dig it?
I think fans seeing the matches between Booker T and Benoit could cast a ballot for Match of the Year.
I will say Lee Marshall has a little more color to his skin here. He did not in that other stuff we watched.
Booker T puts the gold on the line against Fit Finlay. And what about
That's fun. That's a good main event.
Burt Hennig of the New World Order takes on Jim the Anvil Knight.
Well, the problems between
It reminds me of that,
and the New World
that's
Order
a
continue.
joke. I'm not going to say
We saw Jim the Anvil Knight
I don't want to get
handcuffed by the
canceled.
duo of Rick Rude and Kurt
His
Hennig.
complexion was not
Right here on Saturday
great.
night, he gets his opportunity for revenge.
We're going to have more about what's going down a week from tomorrow night at Spring Stampede on pay-per-view. That big card, world title, bat match, U.S. title.
Mike today looks like he's like trying to be horny Sling Blade.
Saturday night.
All right. Bobby Eaton. Shout out to one-time chat member Bobby Eaton to Pussy. That's wild. Hey, would you sign this figure of your dad? It's wild, Ellie. Bless Bobby Eaton's heart.
Bobby Eaton has, well, quite an edge, at least in that category.
Oh, it's Bobby Eaton and Chris Benoit.
They go one-on-one in singles competition.
The explosion of a tag team from 5 years earlier. We are dancing to the Chris Benoit song. All right. White people can dance to anything.
A week and a day away from his shot at Booker T and the World Television title at Spring Stampede. No,
This was when that mullet was real long. What a little piece of shit Benoit.
Benoit gets his shot. They turn off the clock at Spring Stampede.
Plain and simple, the most accomplished wrestler.
That guy probably also killed somebody. If I had to guess. That's a good point, Ghost of Burt Prentice. I don't think you could find two in-ring wrestlers that were as good as them who were so fucking different.
Oftentimes we'll second guess J.J. Dillon and company.
Also, I love Bobby Eaton. That dude avoided them tanning beds.
A week from tomorrow in Denver, no time limit. Let's settle it once and for all.
We do often disagree with the Executive Committee of World Championship Wrestling, and they're meeting tonight like they do every Saturday night. Don't expect any major announcements coming from
That's what I imagine is the sound coming out of Chris Benoit's mouth when he does that. There we go. One of those good punches.
If the Macho Man cannot go at Spring Stampede, who is going to step in? Sting has to defend the title in Denver. He will defend the title in Denver.
Oh, hell yeah. I could watch a match that's just all Bobby Eaton punches, and I'd be fine with it. There we go. Bobby Eaton backbreaker. Love it.
Are standing in line. Quick cover. 2 count for Eaton before Benoit kicks out. You know Hollywood host.
Bobby Eaton's hair is somehow lighter than his skin, and I don't know how. That'd be a good little neighborhood. If you have Bobby Eaton on one side, Barry Darsow on the other, you'd never have to mow your grass. You could let your kids go outside and play, and you wouldn't have to worry about shit. Benoit wasn't great at... he had points where he would kind of go, like, off the beaten path and kind of go... I was going to say go crazy, but I mean, he did do that. Also, if you look back and watch Chris Benoit matches, he had issues emoting like a human being.
In the ring training probably 24 hours a day, getting ready because he's not sure who his
Seriously.
opponent is going to be at Spring Stampede. And that really puts
Bobby Eaton just like skin melting off of him under those TV lights.
As he should be able to do. That should be one of the advantages.
The albino rhino Bobby Eaton.
Following this contest, a special look at Sting and Savage and Spring Stampede. But right now, Bobby Eaton has got the cover on the crippler, and he got the 2 count.
Well, Chris Benoit trained for pro wrestling in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Oh, we didn't know that, Mike. We didn't know that.
The Hart Family Dungeon.
Oh, no thanks.
Hey, Curb. I think that might be it for the Hall of Fame. They're doing that shit at 1 a.m. Eastern. I don't think they want that thing to go too long.
Absolutely not. And when you
I think they might cap it there.
at the dungeon in Calgary, then he goes all the way to Japan to the New Japan Pro Wrestling Dojo, and that's not exactly a walk in the park either. Stays in Japan for the better part of a year, learning how to become a professional wrestler like he couldn't learn at the dungeon. Good night. Chris Benoit has the pedigree,
learned how to be
has
a
the
father.
background, has the resume to be a champion. He'll get his shot at Spring Stampede.
So many of Benoit's pet moves.
There are fans booing an armbar. I love it. 1998.
And we're talking about the
Yeah, 1 in the morning Eastern is when the Hall of Fame starts this year. 10 o'clock in Las Vegas.
Benoit does reminds me of the Dynamite Kid, including they're sort of built the same. About the same height, pretty much the same build. But
Thank you for noticing that thing that nobody ever noticed, Scott Hudson. Nobody ever figured out that he was trying to be like the Dynamite Kid. Yeah, it's Friday after SmackDown, so the whole crew is driving or going from SmackDown, going down the road back to the hotel, and doing the Hall of Fame at the banquet hall attached to the hotel.
That's it. That's it. The crippler crossface from Benoit. Eaton hanging on.
There we go. Match over. I don't know. You'd have to ask them. I don't know what the fuck's going on with WWE. I think they're trying to kill Paul Levesque. Like, because in like the course of like 4 or 5 days, I think they're doing like 10 different big events. Like SmackDown, Hall of Fame, NXT TakeOver, 2 nights of Mania, The Roast, Raw, NXT the next night, and he's gonna be at all of them. 2017, I think, was the year where they did tackle Benoit or tackle Brett, because it was the same night as the ROH show at MSG. It was 2019. That's right, because the Bullet Club guys couldn't be there. That's right. You're right. God, that roast. And you know it's going to be real problematic because they're not putting it out. They're not streaming it. They're not tape. They're going to have a camera there for insurance reasons, but they're not going to put it out for content. And I think they're doing the thing where you have to like turn in your phone at the door, and they like lock it in a little bag. Because they're totally expecting folks to say some real awful shit. And AJ Styles will be up front guffawing. Oh, it's still gonna. It's gonna get out. WrestleMania is being roasted, and if you're thinking that makes no sense, join the club.
Organization being torn down brick by brick.
You saying the N-word first. I don't think the N-word gets said outright until the end, when everyone's shit-faced, and you'll have all the Pat McAfee guys and Tony Hinchcliffe and Braun Strowman and AJ Styles, like all standing on their tables, like yelling slurs at each other.
Result in some new arrivals, plus another injury, sidelining a major player.
Like Braun Strowman's supposed to do a set at the roast.
My exclusive report available all night long, right up until midnight. Telephone number.
Well, it's not just the comedians roasting the wrestlers, because they've announced The Miz is doing a set, Sami Zayn's doing a set, Braun Strowman's doing a set. I think a couple other guys are as well. A slur match. I think that's what the NWA does these days. I don't think he'll call him the gay community. He'll call him something else, Curb, but probably. The gay community.
Well, Scott, we understand that Randy Savage suffered a severe concussion.
Exactly. These guys,
shoulder as well as torn
pro wrestlers,
I've drawn the conclusion that Hollywood Hogan
in all of entertainment, I believe they're the thinnest skinned folks in entertainment. You add on top of that, they're probably getting to the arena both days at like 10 a.m., like somebody mentioned. It's the biggest weekend of the year. They're gonna work the hardest they've worked on their match all year, putting all their heart and soul into whatever their match is. And like at midnight, they have to go to a fucking roast. They're tired, they're anxious, they just want to go to bed. And then you're going to have fucking Tony Hinchcliffe making fun of them. You're going to... there's a real good chance of someone getting smacked. Or at least the thing just falling apart.
Hollywood Hogan keep his nose out of Kevin Nash and Sting's business? I don't think so. Let's once again go.
Like you're gonna get the Undertaker sitting there, thinking, "What do I love more, respecting the business, or when this guy says slurs about Puerto Ricans?" I don't think they want it filmed because I think they're going to get real problematic. Talking about Vince, sure, but also like fucking Palestine, fucking every hot topic issue. They're gonna, and then the jokes won't even be funny. It'll just be something racist. Because again, like Braun Strowman is telling jokes at this thing. And granted, it's gonna be him reading something a writer wrote for him. But could you imagine that guy trying to deliver a punchline? Always loved Roddy Piper's shitty little boxing, because like he knew how to box for real. Exactly, Cecil. You ever see a Jim Brewer set these days? It's just him doing the GOAT dude voice in between. COVID isn't real. This slur, that slur.
WCW Monday Nitro Live this Monday, 8 p.m. start time, only on TNT. 3 solid hours of
It's on fire. This is the area they just kind of had to guess who was going to be at Nitro, because they didn't have a clue who would actually be there. We will see Goldberg. Indeed, we will.
Well, pound for pound, this man is recognized as one of the toughest wrestlers in the world today. Belfast.
Just ask Lorenzo.
Big Finley, a notorious brawler, no stranger to high-profile matchups.
My pronouns are RAR.
Thursday, live on the Superstation.
Yeah, exactly, La Bamba Dubaka. But like the audience will actually be laughing because it'll be guys like AJ Styles up front. Like if you remember him at the Hall of Fame where Kid Rock was inducted. Ah ha ha! You hate trans people. Ah ha ha!
Raven, it's all live this Thursday on the Superstation TBS with Thunder from Fargo, North Dakota.
There we go. Booker T and Fit Finley.
At Thunder, what a live show that was. It's going to be even hotter this Thursday
Yeah, WWE's trying to really get into that bro-verse. And all those dudes are like shitty far-right assholes. Right. They just plugged that Goldberg's undefeated streak would be on the line at Nitro, and somehow he made it past Rocco Rock. Booker T, the most excited anybody's been to be on Saturday night. Yeah, they got really bold after the election in November. It seemed like a lot of public-facing companies kind of let that mask down. They're just like, fuck it, we're not even going to try to hide it anymore. Exactly, Tecmo. See, I'm wondering if the roast was originally supposed to be a Hulk Hogan roast, and then he got pulled from everything after he got booed. Because the roast of WrestleMania is just, it's fucking stupid. You can't roast a concept.
Now, upcoming Thunders tickets are still available for Fargo, North Dakota this Thursday.
Yeah, Jim Duggan wasn't on Saturday night a lot in this era. That was more like towards the end.
And tickets are also still available for Thunder coming to Columbia, South Carolina, a special date. It's Wednesday, April the 22nd, and tickets are available at the Carolina Coliseum box office and all Capital ticket outlets.
Booker T.
Oh, his butt's on fire.
Seeing stars, and that's a forearm from the champion. Whoa, wait a second. Finley.
Holy shit, he got high on that. And Booker T's a big fucking dude. He flew on that. Yeah, I don't think it's a DQ anymore, but it was very much like, depends on who the referee is. Exactly, Stephen J. Neptune, man. That is, that all these corporations see that that's where the money is going, because that's where the kids are going, unfortunately. Which sucks.
But in terms of wrestling, well, a similar styled opponent, shall we say, is Benoit. He's preparing himself properly. If someone is physical, as Fit Finley is. However, Booker T cannot be overconfident.
I heard, Seven Fingers, I heard that Hogan will not sign anything but his shitty beer now. Kayfabe Commentaries did a Sheiky roast years ago. And I think that was the one where the comedian, they booked a bunch of comedians that didn't know anything about any of the wrestlers, and one of them opened with an Owen Hart joke, and Scott Hall's in the back of the room shit-faced, and he like charges to the front and like fucking slaps the guy. At least the next year they did a Jim Cornette roast. They just booked wrestlers for it. Hulk Hogan couldn't be here tonight. He did his previous engagement big time in fans at a shop right in Poughkeepsie.
Could handle the one-on-one competition, but his quick rise within the ranks of singles wrestling has really taken away any doubt.
We have seen the demise of many tag teams in World
Demise?
Championship Wrestling of recent days. The Steiner brothers.
Sounds like you're killing a bunch of rats. And I love that Finley body slam, by the way. Where he just kind of tosses you up, and then puts his palm on your belly and pushes you down.
And of course, you look at the World Tag Team Champions, the Outsiders.
Sweet.
We've seen Kevin Nash on a regular basis, but where's Scott Hall?
I don't even want to guess.
The roast of Horace Hogan. It would just be a bunch of like new wrestlers going, "Who the fuck are you?"
Finley thought it was a 3 count, and Billy Silverman, oh boy.
Like, I would love, that would be a fun TikTok. I know the NXT social folks do a lot of those type of videos. Just hold up a picture of Horace Hogan to the current NXT roster. Do you know who this is? I think there was only one Cornette roast, so that was probably the one, yeah. The kayfabe commentaries one. That sounds right, Brian. Oh, shit. Brained him with that one. Oh, the Heat Seeker. Again, Booker T is a gigantic man to be doing such a good top rope drop kick. I think I've seen Chef Adam before. I like Chef Adam, if he's the guy I'm thinking of. And that's funny. Dude, people fucking loved Booker T at this point. Like, anytime that Harlem Heat music played, the entire building would start raising the roof. It's both because people like Booker and also white people love to do shitty-ass dances.
We're going to take a bat, and we're going to bat a bat right in the middle of the ring.
I just can't wait till my giant pulls that bat.
Would they even know who Doc Gallows is? I know he was just there like a few months ago. Shit. There's some real dumb folks in this, dude.
You want me? You got me.
You want me? You got me.
Of friendship and trust. On the other side of the ring, myself and Big Kev.
Yeah, Raising the Roof in '98 is like as timely as wrestling has ever been.
Will be a major factor. Apparently you don't trust me. Maybe I don't trust you. But can they set aside their differences and work as a team? There's a real good chance.
Just hold up a bunch of pictures of wrestlers named Doc.
I beat the hell out of all three.
Dr. Death. Oh yeah, this is the era where Piper got back on the stuff, so he wouldn't wear a shirt with his jacket.
Call 1-800-333-DIG or DirecTV. Call 1-800-347-3288 and Turner Premier. Call 1-800-843-9266.
For all 8 people that had Turner Premier. There we go. Main event time on this long, luxurious journey we've had tonight. Although I posted it on my socials earlier. Facebook suggested an article from a shitty wrestling page today to me. Where somebody posted a picture of Kurt and his brother Jesse with their dad. His brother Jesse wrestled like 3 or 4 matches. And I think he's Kurt's younger brother, but he looks like 15 years older. And the article referred to Jesse Henning, but they said Jesse Henning was Curtis Axel, his son. And it's all sorts of fucked up AI slop, and I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, Piper got off the stuff in 90. I think after the 87 run, I think he got off because he's like, I'm an actor now. Jim Neidhart. They misspelled his name. Neidhart. Ah. Jim, it's not that he's high-fiving those fans, it's that he's hallucinating, and it's like, oh shit, purple monkeys, get away. I imagine Jim Neidhart's brain is like that Dark Side of the Ring episode about Chris Colt, where he's in that cage match and there's fucking spiders he's seeing. Like, that's just Jim Neidhart all the time.
Neidhart goes airborne before the opening bell as he nailed Henning with that big shoulder block from inside out. Look at the
Kurt's like, how can I do the least amount possible to fill a few minutes with this guy?
Henning comes up with determination, but Neidhart is ready. Knocks him off.
Yeah, Kurt is not doing shit in this match.
Well scouted by Jim the Anvil Neidhart, anticipating every move by Kurt Hennig. Didn't anticipate that one though.
That's amazing. Police knew Jim Neidhart by name. Jim, get off the water tower.
Wraps that knee right around the steel ring post.
That's the veteran coming out in Kurt Hennig. He has been
The funniest thing is that's Jim's natural hair color, but he went so overboard with the dye that it looks ridiculous. DSR, hello, hello. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you bringing the crackers and the half-drunk soda. That's hilarious. I did not know that. The Real American Beer Car crashed in Vegas. Yeah, Jim had a very good Crime in Sports. I think they're on part 6 of the Evil Knievel Crime in Sports. If that's something you guys are interested in. Like, China was a 3-parter. So Evil Knievel, his life, fuck.
My guess is this, Mike, tonight, that the powers that be in World Championship Wrestling will suspend that bat so high that Hogan.
Yeah, Kurt's not. He's doing less than nothing. Awesome. Yeah, Crime in Sports, highly recommended. It's funny, my wife listens to their other podcast, Small Town Murder. Like, I'm not a like murder mystery type of guy. She was like, "How the hell do you know who this is?" Like, I have heard those guys talk about Jeff Gaylord painted green and naked.
Can you believe that? The largest athlete in pro sports is going to turn it up a notch.
I didn't even put that together. That is some sick shit, DSR. Kurt Hennig matches the ring canvas.
I still don't think they would look forward to an evil, meaner giant. But good night, they are falling apart over at NWO corporate headquarters.
Now also at Spring Stampede, the man most responsible.
Like, that fucking hurts for real, but it looks so boring. I need to listen to your stupid opinion. I like those guys. I will say something to her about that. I'm sure she's listened to like 1,000 of those in the last month.
Absolutely, and we're not sure that it's going to be Savage. Randy Savage is on the shelf as we speak with any number of injuries, a concussion, a separated shoulder, a torn ACL in his knee. He may not make it to Spring Stampede. Assuming he doesn't, who is Sting going to face? He has a mandatory title defense at Spring Stampede. It could be #1 contender Diamond Dallas Page. It could be Kevin Nash, who took Sting to the limit on Nitro. It could be Hollywood Hogan, who is a former champion himself. Sting better get ready for Spring Stampede.
But he also has to prepare for the madness of Randy Savage. Now, under normal circumstances, that list of injuries would pretty much deny any wrestler the opportunity. But Randy Savage is not your normal wrestler.
That is an understatement right there. The anvil sends Kurt Hennig through the ropes into the pole where Hennig goes shoulder first. The anvil now taking back over on the NWO's Kurt Hennig. Can he roll him over into the box?
Up. Which is funny because of that match where he wouldn't roll over for Jericho's hold. Oh, Jim Neidhart couldn't fucking lose clean in a 4-minute match on Saturday night. Fuck you. Oh, it's a British Bulldog. Bulldog and Neidhart, together they are the Enablers. I think Bulldog just punched him in the ear. Oh, hey, look, Kurt Hennig did something and put in some effort.
Oh man, I can't wait. 1 week from tomorrow, Bulldog and Hennig at Spring Stampede on pay-per-view.
Yeah, the Texas Cloverleaf is very underrated for how much it actually hurts. Bail. Those fuckers.
Between the brothers-in-law and the NWO, it's gonna be settled maybe at Spring Stampede.
Yeah, let's stop. Let's stop being her. Like, Mickey, you got any somas? All right, that's it for tonight. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me, for suffering through the tech issues earlier. I appreciate you guys doing that. Closing a little later than I'd like to, but you know what? And them's the breaks. Thank you all so much again for the hang, for the fellowship, for all the support. WCW Deep Cuts live tonight and the past, it's been over 2 years now. That's insane to say. I will be back Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Off the Grid. We're going to Spain with some French commentary for New Wrestling Evolution with the Ultimate Warrior's final match. That'll be something. All right. So before we go, as I always like to say, even if you can't make it here next Tuesday, I would really love it for you just to make it the next Tuesday. I would love to make it here, of course. I love when the numbers go up and not down. But even if you don't make it here, I just want you to be alive. Just hang in the game. I'm going to try my hardest to make it to the next 7 days, and I hope you do too. And my name is Tom, right there. This is WCW Deep Cuts Live. Fuck, it is late. Go to bed!